The internet didn't just wake up to another celebrity rumor this time. It woke up to a full-on explosion hitting straight at the center of hip-hop's most praised love story. Because whenever Remy Ma and Papoose trend, it's usually about respect, loyalty, and survival being celebrated. Not their legacy getting dragged into chaos through alleged exposes, leaked claims, and sudden waves of accusations nobody saw coming this fast. It starts like a whisper refusing to stay quiet. A live stream goes up. A familiar voice speaks with unusual intensity. Names start getting dropped in a way that instantly shifts the online temperature. Within minutes, clips are everywhere. Twitter, TikTok, Instagram. Each one chopped, replayed, analyzed like it hides truth inside every silent pause. And suddenly the couple fans once called untouchable is now being questioned in real time. People refresh timelines like something official is about to drop any second. Others dig up old interviews, searching for signs they swear were always there. In the middle of it all, one question keeps echoing louder than anything else. Was the perfect love story ever truly perfect? Or was it just the calm before the explosion? Because once the alleged leaks, rumored confrontations, and unexpected names enter the conversation, there's no going back to how things used to look. And just when it feels like the story has hit its peak, the internet realizes it hasn't even scratched the surface of what's coming next. The moment Tasha goes live, the entire atmosphere flips like a switch in a dark room. It doesn't feel like entertainment anymore. It feels like something dragged out of hiding against its will. Her tone is sharp, deliberate, almost like she's holding information she knows will fracture timelines the second it lands. Names aren't just mentioned. They are placed on the table like evidence. Remy Ma and Papoose. And then words hit that make the internet freeze for half a second before exploding. Alleged betrayal, private tension, and a marriage that might not be what the world celebrated. Within minutes, clips from the livestream spread everywhere. Nobody waits for confirmation. Nobody asks for context. The internet has already decided this is bigger than rumor season. It feels like a documentary unfolding in real time, except no one knows who is directing it. What makes it worse is the history behind the names involved. This isn't a couple built on convenience or fame. This is a relationship that survived prison walls, years of separation, and public scrutiny that should have ended it before it even began. Remy Ma and Papoose were not just a couple to fans. They were a symbol, a proof of concept that loyalty still existed in a world where everything else collapsed under pressure. So when the first cracks appear, they don't just break gossip pages, they break belief. At first, the rumors are scattered. Anonymous accounts hinting at distance, a shift in energy, a change in how often they appear together. Small things that normally wouldn't matter suddenly become signs. People swear they saw all along. Old interviews are pulled up and replayed with new suspicion. Every smile now looks like it might have been hiding something. Then the name Easy the block captain enters the conversation and everything accelerates. It doesn't come with proof. It comes with repetition. Screenshots that can't be verified start circulating across platforms, fueling even more speculation as fans debate truth versus carefully crafted online chaos unfolding now. Alleged connections through music sessions, claims of closeness that feel too specific to ignore but too messy to fully accept. And still, the internet never waits for certainty. It builds a whole story out of broken fragments and runs with it like it is fact. The energy shifts fast from curiosity into full-on investigation mode. Fans begin tracking timelines, comparing public appearances, replaying live sessions, hunting for moments where something might have been off. Every pause in speech suddenly feels suspicious. Every vague caption turns into a hidden clue. Every coincidence starts looking intentional in hindsight. Then reports suggest tension may have escalated behind the scenes. Whispers spread that Papoose is not ignoring the rumors. Some claim there was a direct confrontation. Others say it stayed controlled but still heated enough to shake people around them. The word altercation starts appearing everywhere online, even without confirmation, and once it enters the chat it refuses to leave, it only multiplies. Easy the block captain responds in interviews and online comments, brushing off the situation and saying it has been exaggerated. But instead of calming things down, it does the opposite and fuels even more speculation. Because in internet culture, denial doesn't end a story, it extends it. And through all of this, the loudest thing is silence from the two main people. Papoose does not publicly engage, no explanations, no emotional reaction, no direct response to the claims, which feels unusual for someone who normally speaks up when it comes to Remy. His silence feels heavier than any statement could. Fans start reading it in every direction possible: hurt, distance, strategy, exhaustion, withdrawal. Remy Ma continues appearing online, but the energy around her changes. Lives continue, smiles continue, conversations continue, but the comment sections turn into interrogations disguised as engagement. Every appearance feels like a courtroom she never agreed to enter. She does not fully answer in the way people expect. Instead, she redirects, jokes, avoids, and sometimes snaps in ways fans instantly label as frustration or deflection. Nobody agrees on what they are seeing, but everyone agrees something has shifted. Then alleged leaks start circulating. Screenshots appear with no clear origin. Voice note claims spread without full recordings. Text conversations get described but never verified. Each piece alone would normally be ignored, but together they create a fog of suspicion that spreads faster than truth ever could. People begin treating fragments as confirmation because repetition replaces evidence online. The narrative shifts again. Now it is no longer just alleged tension or infidelity, it becomes history itself being questioned. People start rewriting the relationship in real time. Romantic moments get reframed as performative. Loyalty speeches turn into damage control. Even past struggles are revisited with the assumption that something deeper was always hidden. Old clips of Remy and Papoose talking about loyalty, prison support, and sacrifice resurface. What once inspired fans now unsettles them, as the internet questions whether those words were real foundation or just a mask. And just when it feels like the chaos has peaked, it escalates again with new layers of alleged industry tension, rumored disagreements behind collaborations, and pressure building around business ties connected to both names. Nothing is confirmed, but every new rumor adds another thread to an already stretched web. The most dangerous part is how quickly things start feeling real just because they are repeated enough times. Even unrelated posts get pulled into the story. Captions feel coded. Song lyrics feel like responses. Silence starts to feel like admission. The internet is no longer consuming information, it is building meaning out of noise. And in the middle of all this, neither Remy nor Papoose breaks the silence in a way that resets anything. That absence becomes the loudest voice in the entire situation. Fans split into camps. One side insists this is a manufactured scandal built entirely on speculation, while the other side believes there is simply too much smoke for there not to be fire. And stuck in the middle is a third group, just watching the collapse of certainty unfold in real time, trying to understand when admiration quietly turned into investigation. Then the emotional tone shifts again as people start pointing back to the foundation of the relationship: the prison visits, the long years of waiting, the public declarations of loyalty that once made them untouchable. Now the internet treats those memories less like history and more like evidence in a case. And the question changes from what happened to how long it had been happening. Every new rumor feels like another chapter in a book nobody agreed to write. Every clip feels like a puzzle piece that may or may not belong. And every silence starts to feel intentional, whether it is or not. At some point, the story is no longer about truth but about perception, who people believe, which version feels more convincing, and which narrative fits expectations of fame, love, and betrayal. That is where things reach their most unstable point, because once perception takes over, reality starts to lose weight. The internet now waits for the next move, the next statement, the next leak, the next reaction that could shift everything again. But nothing comes clean. Everything arrives filtered through speculation. And just when it feels like the chaos might settle into background noise, another wave of claims starts forming, suggesting that what has surfaced so far is only a small part of a deeper conflict involving trust, influence, and decisions made behind closed doors that no livestream has fully exposed. The tension does not fade, it evolves. And as the internet continues dissecting every detail, one thing becomes clear: this story is no longer controlled by the people living it. It is being shaped in real time by millions of voices trying to define what it means. Whatever truth eventually comes out will have to fight through layers of speculation and distortion before anyone is willing to accept it. Because at this point, it is no longer just a rumor about a couple. It has become a public unraveling of everything people thought they understood about loyalty, love, and what happens when cameras are off but expectations never stop watching. Somewhere in all that chaos, the next revelation already feels like it is forming quietly, waiting for the exact moment to drop when the internet is least prepared. And now the question is no longer just what is true and what is rumor. The question is how far this story can go before someone finally draws a line and shuts it down for good. Right now, every clip, every alleged leak, every silence, and every reaction is pulling the situation deeper into a place with no easy exit. And the longer it stays unanswered, the louder it becomes. The internet does not slow down for clarity, it accelerates for chaos. That means every second you are still watching this unfold, you are witnessing a story being written in real time with no final chapter in sight. People are already split like it is a courtroom with no judge. Some believe the truth is already out there, hidden in plain sight. Others think it is all speculation that spiraled out of control. But the reality is no one watching from the outside has the full picture, not yet, and maybe not ever. What makes this situation different from others is that it keeps unfolding even when it seems over. Just when things start to settle, something new appears and resets everything again. So the real danger is not just believing the wrong thing, it is missing the moment when the truth finally breaks through the noise. And when it does, it will not be quiet or subtle. It will hit fast, emotional, and impossible to ignore. And every new update can fully change what people believed they understood. So don't just scroll past this like it's background noise. Tap like right now so you don't lose track of what's unfolding. Subscribe because the next update could be the one that flips everything upside down again. And you don't want to be the one finding out after everyone else already knows. Turn on notifications because in stories like this, timing is everything. And the next drop could hit when nobody is ready for it. Most importantly, share your opinion in the comments because right now the internet is split and your voice is part of this conversation whether you realize it or not. Do you think this is just exaggerated rumors that spiraled out of control? Or is there something real brewing behind the scenes that's only now starting to surface? Because one thing is certain for sure.